Greetings, Commanders! Welcome to Kerrash Landing, the Elite Dangerous community show, and as you can probably tell from behind, tonight we are doing a bit of a recap of where we've been with Season 1 and where we think we're going with Season 2. And to help me do that tonight, we have Commander Abacus. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine as always on your stream. Thanks for inviting me, and hello all.
No problem at all, no problem at all. And I think we have the audio working. If everyone's can hear us, give us a thumbs up in the chat, or just say, yes, you can hear us, you can hear us. That's a big crash! It's a gigantic crash, yes. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to switch into the game now. So yeah, tonight we thought it would be nice to cover where we've been, where we think we're going. So going to be lots and lots of these tonight. Yes, the speculation alert is going to be on fire, I think. But yeah, we're going to have good fun anyway. So, Abacus, have you had any chance to play around with the beta at all?
Of course, first night. I was in the beta and twittered some pictures.
Oh, it's
I had to try it.
Absolutely, yeah. I think we've been waiting long enough for it, and it's so addictive. I think I started playing it, and I just really struggled to stop, and kind of like, yes, I've got to go back to the game. I've got to save the credits for these big ships that are coming. But you just told me some great news yourself. You were ranking up in the game.
I didn't do so much beta. I had my fun there. It's crazy, but I somehow suspected that we need very high ranks for the ships, so I grinded like crazy. So now I'm king in the Empire and rear admiral in the Federation. But I need the credits for the ships. Far too poor.
Oh no, it's that's a fantastic achievement. But I wish I could have got that far. But yes, I've just been playing around with the beta too much, so yeah, it's more fool me. But never mind. So one of the things,
I'll help you as good as I can.
Yeah, we'll have fun together. We'll figure it out. Yes, yeah. you all heard it here first. It's King Abacus now. Well, you have to. The correct title. That's
Hail to the king, baby.
Yes. Oh, I'm gonna kick asp and chew bubble gum. Yes. So tonight we are in beta.
Yeah, caffeine red king.
Yes.
Right, Mr. Chunks.
And to put us into the spirit of the original alphas, taking us way back when to the original alphas, I thought tonight I'm gonna clear my save, and we're gonna go ahead and jump into the Horizon Sidewinder, start from scratch, just to put it back into perspective. I don't know how many people have actually gone back to this, because it's not often you see this screen, is it? This is the thing. I don't think anyone from the alpha period who's been around, I don't think anyone's reset their save in nearly a year, but it's nice to see now that these different starting packages are available. These were the ones that came up as options in the KickStarter. And they're all available for us to play around with. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the Horizon Sidewinder and start from scratch. Sorry, Plepe, I had no idea you wanted to do that. Sorry, I'm sorry.
I hope you're in the beta.
I am in the, yes, I did check the bottom of the screen. I'm like, yeah, yes. Otherwise it'd be a quick support ticket. The front
it says beta.
It's like, all my credits. It took me a year. So yes, I am officially Commander Bugger. There we go. So I'm starting off in the Sidewinder. We're going to play around with that. But I think the first thing we should do, I want to bring up one of the videos for tonight, actually, because I put together a little playlist of some of the here and now videos. See if we can get this playing for everyone. And there we go. Taking us way back when. There's no audio at the moment, but I just wanted to leave this on the screen. This is to remind people of where we were way back when when the alpha was around. I think this video was actually a KickStarter video. It was just to show us some of the things that we were going to be getting when we backed, and I think it's amazing to see how much it's changed in that short space of time. I think even the logo is completely different now.
Look at those ships.
Oh, I know, it's crazy. It's crazy when you look at it and you realise how much it's changed so much. It's crazy. What I'll do quickly, let's queue up the next one, and here you go. So from the development diary as well, this is some of the asteroid, the first asteroid field. I think this was the famous video where we saw David. Oops, I hit an asteroid there, which a lot of us from way back then will remember. And just looking at it, the difference in the lighting, the quality of the asteroids, it's come along so much. And
yes.
The things on here as well, like the engine trails from the ships. I mean, if you listen to the audio, David explains that all of this is placeholder stuff. None of it's complete at this point. But I think it's nice to go back and look. This is where we were a couple of years ago. This was what we had. This was the idea, the promise, what the guys were working towards at Frontier. And it's nice to see now that they've realised it and gone so far beyond it, which is really, really nice. So I'm going to switch back to some gameplay in a second, and we'll go ahead and right. What am I going to do? So obviously with the Horizons Sidewinder, you get dumped into Baker's Prospect back in Acellus Primus, and this is why it put me in the mood for going back to the way we were for the original alpha. It's back in the old school systems that we all love from the we all love and remember from the earlier ones. So
we know the names.
Oh yes, Ibutis, Eranin, Styx, and
Orlan,
and the infamous Alpine 98132, the old Anarchy system. Which unfortunately there's no landable planets in there, of course. All these planets here have got atmospheres, so we can't land on them yet. But more to come, more to come. Yes, Saturnine, exactly. The nostalgias. So much nostalgias, absolutely. So I'm going to go ahead. I think I'll leave it up to the chat. Which one of the classic systems from the original 5 should I go to? Eranin looks pretty good. Eranin might be a good one, but I'll leave it up to the chat to decide where I go to first.
Eranin would be a classic. Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. Marriage Aid, and they say, one does not simply jump into Morgor. Yes, those are the days. Oh, I remember that well. Yes, thank you, Rat King, pointed out there. Somehow I've gone into solo play. What a moron. There we go. Open play, yes. I'm going to be an open. It doesn't matter if anyone blows me up tonight. It's all a bit of fun. If it all goes wrong.
You can't lose anything more.
Exactly. I've thrown it all away. You are gaining nothing by destroying me. Yes. EK's 10. I joined when the pill-shaped universe felt so big. Yes, I remember that. It was surreal. I think when we first got those, where we had the first 5 systems and we had the 50 systems, and then suddenly when we had that giant pill shape and it was a few hundred or a few thousand systems, it seemed absolutely enormous. It's like, how could we ever play all of this? And then of course that was just still a tiny fragment of what was coming anyway, and it's just insane. It was crazy. Saturnine said I could lose my pride. Yes, there is that.
Not in a beta.
No, it's just a beta. Port Zelda for the win. Yes, absolutely. Marjade, yes, I remember that. The pill-shaped didn't completely enclose. A couple of people managed to find little routes out to other systems. Shanray, the race to Earth, yes, of course. Everyone really wanted to run back and get to Sol, be the first one back at Sol. Hello, Mrs. Noodles, greetings.
Hello.
Oh dear. Yes, those are the days. I got to get that video back up for pure nostalgia purposes. Cornish Cracker. No, I haven't asked Mrs. K for some Elite socks yet. I did show her, and well, maybe I'll get some new socks for Christmas. Those socks I actually like for Christmas. Those are good socks.
Do you think they will ship in time?
I doubt it, but still, just to say I can get some.
Did you see the new bobbleheads?
Yes. So let me head back into outfitting. Actually, let's see if I can find these, because I bought a bunch of them, and you may have noticed I've shuffled the things below, so I've got some bigger icons there for the merch. So if you do want to buy those bobbleheads or any of the socks, if you love socks, then go ahead and click those links on there, and you can take you straight through to the Frontier store. You can buy those. As soon as I saw those extra bobbleheads, I was like, buy. I had to have them. I had to have them.
Same here. Already bought.
Yeah, it's like click, 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 click. Let's see if I can get any in it. What have I got? Yes! I've got them! Woohoo! I didn't think they would come through on the beta. I thought I'd have to wait. Look at that!
Yay!
Oh, we know what we have to do now. So there's 71 new bobbleheads added in, so it lets you spell out random stuff. I think I know what I need to spell out. There we go. Let's get this up.
Oh my gosh.
It's so many bubbles! Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy. Can I do 2? Oh yes, I can do 2. Excellent. And where is it? Where is it? There's the special. Gotta have the Christmas tree. We all remember the Christmas tree from back in the alpha.
Nostalgia.
Memories. Oh. I think I need to leave these on here. I'm glad they went through. I mean, as soon as I saw that up on there in the newsletter, I thought, yes, got to have them. Really awesome.
Oh yes, just leave a place for Mr. Braden.
Oh, let's go ahead and the golden sidewinder. Gotta have the golden sidewinder, and let's check on the Lavecon flames. There we go. Awesome, awesome. So there we go. Merry Xmas. I can squeeze that on my dashboard. Woohoo!
Excellent.
Of course, yes. See, yes. ZRS1, yes. I should have just spelled squee all the way off to the end. I wonder how many E's I can do. Of course, I'll put that in for. I've got to play around with that. I'll definitely put that in at some point. English Nigget are the bobbleheads for Horizons only. I believe the bobbleheads are now open to anyone in 1.5 or 2 and beyond. So if you buy them from the store, you can use them. Of course, they fit in your ships, so it would be a bit unfair not to have them just because you can't land on the planets. That's yeah. They mostly come at night saying to Q John says, no, this is all getting rather silly. Oh dear, what's Junk's tweeted? Let's see what Junk's tweeted. Excellent. That's a good thing, actually. If anyone's got
You tweeted it?
tweet. Am I still in solo? I don't think I'm in solo play. What on earth is going on here? So I definitely clicked open play, didn't I? Definitely clicked it. There's solo, there's open. Try it again. It's a beta. I did believe Snoz, yes, I need to put Alvin up on that. I can play around with these. We can play around with these all day, but I want to I will put Alvin's name on there in a minute. I want to go through some more of the videos. Where did we get to? So I've got so many little bits and pieces I want to go through tonight, because I know the newsletter's out as well. Obviously we've talked about the bobbleheads you can buy. I've got the Christmas tree bobblehead. Oh, of course, Mech Shadow Beast is saying that new commanders are locked into solo until they make their first jump. Well, I'm waiting for everyone to say, should we go to Erinin or should we go somewhere else? I forgot all about that. It's so long since I started a new commander. It's like, oh yes, I completely forgot about that.
You could look for a mission to decide.
Yes, absolutely. Let's head back into the game and have a quick look, see if we got any missions. Baker's Prospect. So I'd love to try some of the new chained missions. I don't know how many people have actually seen the chained missions, but so this is where, is there any on here? Oh, here's one. I can't select it, but redaction here. So this is a multi-part assignment mission, which is really quite nice. So you've got these separate steps that you have to achieve in each one, which is really cool. Mission of Mercy. Ooh. Pilot is required to find a missing occupied escape pod, likely to be on the surface of a nearby planet. Okay, we could do that. Musa, does that mean Kerrash Landing has to take a drink every time the station interface comes up? I tell you, that would be the worst thing. I should spell out buggy on the dashboard, shouldn't I? I've got to do that. I've got to do that now.
It would fit.
That's absolutely. I've got to do that. So every time I look at the UI, I got to drink. Yes, it's going to be a short stream, I think. Oh, Mike Snolls, yeah, seeing the Orbis Acela station for the first time. Yeah, that was so cool when we see that different shaped stations and everything. It's awesome. This is one thing people might notice actually. The starting Sidewinder now has gimbaled lasers. It makes so much more sense for starting commanders.
Oh yes.
Mrs. Noodles. Oh, no female T-shirts are in the shop yet. I know for a fact. I mean, I've spoken to the girls on the marketing team. They really want the products for women in there as well. So, ooh, have I not got a buggy? Have I not?
You have a vehicle bay, but no buggy.
I should have a buggy. Let's have a quick check. Yeah, I can deploy. Yeah, I've got a buggy. A buggy.
Okay.
Do I need to drive out and back in? Oh no, I need to request docking. There we go. Go back in. And this interface here, this one thing. I was so happy when this got added in. I did notice that this interface would only pop up if your ship was full of cargo and you were bringing two new cargo back to your ship. That interface would pop up to say, what do you want to throw away? What do you want to keep? And my first reaction was like, this interface should show up every time you want to transfer cargo, because you might not want to have to go back into your ship and do it. And fair enough, in a couple of days, boom, Frontier done it. So yay, thanks guys, thank you.
Excellent guys.
So let's go ahead and put DBOBE in the first slot, and a big letter B. Where is it? B. Everyone at home can help me spell boogie. I'm glad they've actually allowed us to put more than one letter in one slot as well, because I think that was one of the things that people asked for, was being able to put multiple things in. So I think I'm going to do a lot of drinking tonight every time I come out of the system map. Boogie. And
buggy mess.
that's what we get after. There we go. Boogie.
Drink.
Absolutely. Oh dear. So, did I take that mission, or did I? Yes, I did accept that mission. Okay, so we need to go and find some poor soul which is lost on the surface of the planet. And I think we might need to get to Super Cruise first. Bubble Buggy! Oh, of course, Beagle 2 Landing has another ship. I forgot about that, of course, because of the Kickstarter rewards. I've got another ship over there. Let's go ahead and we're head on over to Acela 1. Why not?
Ah, right. You should have your Eagle, right? If I remember correctly.
Yes, the Kickstarter reward for that, yeah. And of course,
I think that was added later, right?
I think it was, yeah. So it was
around beta, premium beta.
Yes, yeah, you're right. Actually, yeah, it didn't arrive until then. And of course, that was the problem with. I mean, a lot of us, because we were early adopters of the game, we didn't have all of these things we wanted to have right at the very start. So it's going back to it now and looking at the. I just noticed my camera was out of focus. Sorry if that was going out of focus there. Yeah, so we didn't get to play around with all of these starter ships and things that we had as Kickstarter rewards right from the very get-go. So it's kind of fun to go back to it now, and it's like you realise all of these things that we haven't had to do for so long. We've got so used to doing. Shanray saying, sell the ship and give myself a head start. I could do that, yeah. That's one thing I could do. I might head over there in a second. Actually, if the planet nearby is landable, then I think I might do that anyway. Garzini, greetings, Commander. So am I still in... Yes, now I'm in open play because I've jumped to cruise. So now I am cannon fodder for everyone out there watching. here's a landable planet. Let's see if we can find someone who's unfortunately stranded on the surface of this planet. Any excuse to get him a boogie. Millstone Barn. Yeah, that's really nice actually. The fact that the letters are actually three-dimensional, they do stand out there, and they've got all the lighting from the cockpit there. I wonder if is there a way I can adjust the lighting maybe. I think I can. There we go. I can drop it right down. You can see the letters are barely lit up at all. Nice to see that they are actually 3D objects in the game, which are properly lit up in the way they should be. Andy Tomo 25, greetings, Commander. We're having a bit of a nostalgia trip tonight. A lot of us in the chat are original alpha backers from way back when, so we're going through where the game has come from, where it's going. It's going to be lots of speculation tonight, I think. Shanra, yeah, it does look like one of my boys is there with the old fridge magnet letters, just kind of plunk, 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 stuck it to Daddy's cockpit window. Yes.
That's so fitting.
Yeah, it's very appropriate. Very appropriate. It does look like ugly. I need to move the B along, I think. Speculations alerts! Yes, many speculations tonight. But first of all, I want to point out one thing which I think is very important news, actually. So let's go ahead and get this up on the screen. Now, you're going to have a delayed reaction of King Abacus. But there's a rather glaring omission from the newsletter this week, and this is this community spotlight. And there's a certain person in it that I recognise.
That's me.
Oh, and congratulations again. It's really great to see you up on the spotlight there.
Thank you very much. I'm so honoured.
It's great. I mean, I love
a community spotlight.
It's great, isn't it? It's great, and I love the fact that Frontier, keeping us all included with things like that. It is really, really great that they appreciate the effort that we all put in. I mean, you've done some crazy amount of time. You've helped out on the forums and things like that, and the events that you've helped and all that. So many things you've done.
Yes, I spent so much time on the forum. on our fan forum, you don't believe it. I'm still the #1 poster by far. I think I'm near 6,000 posts now.
Oh my goodness! I think that's outdoing me on the main.
Have you seen on the picture? Do you remember the magazine?
Yes, I did notice that actually.
And how surprised you were that I told you have to sign it.
Yes.
Not only David Braben or the others, but also you.
Oh yes, just for prosperity. Of course. But that was fantastic. That was the first Gamescom, wasn't it? That we attended on.
Yes, last year's Gamescom.
And I was such a nice surprise when they said, do you want to come along to this? And it was just wonderful to have you there, because I was really I was worried. I was thinking it was like I really not very good with speaking German, and I just didn't know what I was going to do. And of course you were a fantastic help throughout that, and we had a wonderful time.
It was so much fun with you and all the guys and girls from Frontier. It was just awesome.
Yeah.
And they didn't tell me that they would bring you.
Yes,
it was a total surprise.
I thought I'll just let them break the surprise, keep it secret. And Frontier, if that's one thing that Frontier are good at, is it's keeping surprises and and secrets. What's this guy worth? Ooh, 28,000 credits. I think we're back to that. Pew pew. We missed the pew pew. I forget how much fun it is to go back and fly the smaller ships. I think they're you kind of miss that. You work your way up to the bigger ships. You completely forget how much fun they are to fly the smaller ships. And
you don't use them anymore, except for special events like the great Sidewinder events from Kate Russell.
Yes. Absolutely.
Very funny.
It is brilliant fun. And that's one of the things that I think is really great about the community, is coming up with these crazy events. And of course, I don't know if anyone caught Ed on his stream last night. He was with the Buckyball Racing group. I think he did okay. I think he was like 9th or something like that, which was out of 20 or 30 people. So that was he did pretty good. I think he was quite pleased with that. first attempt. Oh.
Not bad.
What am I going against? A Cobra Mark IV. And it's surprising. It's going back. It's like, you know, the basic stock Sidewinder I have now, and it doesn't have a very good power distributor. So I'm really having to, you know, make sure I'm timing the shots and working really hard to hit this target on there. And it's nice to have a bit of a challenge back again. I think it's like once you get to the really big ships like the Vulture for combat, it does feel like it's pretty much playing itself. It's almost on autopilot at that point. It's very powerful.
But you would go down in seconds against the Vulture.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
So
that's the difference. And I think that's the nice thing about it, is that you forget that skill curve that we've all learned over the year. We've all kind of worked up through the ranks and the abilities and got used to all of the features and the weapons and the different ships. And to go back and look at some of these smaller ships, you realise it's like, yeah, it was very hard starting off to begin with.
Oh yes, and buying ever more hardware for the PC.
Yes, absolutely.
HOTAS, head tracker. some bought new PCs for the VR goggles.
Yes, yeah.
Like the Rift.
And then, I mean, here we are again.
We are so crazy.
It's passionate. It's passionate. That's what I'm going to call it. Boom. Excellent. There we go. That's a quick bounty in the bank. Let's head on over to that to the planet now.
Excellent. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Mrs. K is joining the chat. Sorry, I was mid-combat then. I missed everyone. What did we miss in there? Ed looked exhausted last night. Yes, he did look rather tired. Now,
hello, Amy.
For those who don't know, Ed is planning on doing a 24-hour live stream, I think starting midday on the 21st of December. So if you have any time on the 21st and the 22nd, please just go in there and just give him a shout out. You know, keep him going. Rib him if you want. You know, make fun of him. Tell him how shiny his hair is. Such muscles! Wow, so shiny.
Did you work out, Ed?
Yes. Oh, such buff. Yes. What is everyone talking about in there? What's Mike winding everyone up? What's he saying? Let's go ahead.
No, it was partying too much.
I think he was very tired doing the stream last night, but he's going to be even more tired when he's doing 24 hours a session. But
so I will be late on the 21st because I have still to work. But the next day I have holiday, so from then on, from the evening on, I will be there. Yeah,
like I said, I mean, it's a 24-hour thing, so literally from midday on the 21st to midday on the 22nd, he is going to be playing right the way through. So if anyone can pop in the evenings or any time during the day, then just go in there and give him a shout out. He is doing it for charity. I don't have a link to the. I apologise if. I'm sure someone in the chat has got it. If anyone has got a link to the charity fundraiser that Frontier are running, it's all for special effect, and those guys are absolutely awesome.
It's in the newsletter.
It is in the newsletter. Okay.
Link.
Well, let's.
Yes. Just a moment.
Cool. Thank you. So let's go ahead. And I'll head to this and see if we can get the newsletter up on the screen. Thank you very much. There we go. So Special Effect. If you don't know who Special Effect are, they specialise in making custom hardware and setups for people who have disabilities and struggle to play with normal controllers, normal things like that. And they give them a way of playing games which gives them that little bit of escapism and just makes their quality of life so much better. And I really do think what they do is fantastic work. It's really, really awesome, and they deserve every penny that we can get them. I think Frontier are already at something like 70% of their goal last time I checked, which is really, really great already. So please do go and support that. I must add some to that later on as well, which is it's a really, really good call. So please do go ahead and click on that and check that out. Yes, you're right, Snoz. Yeah, we raised £2,000 between us, all in the community last year, which was really, really awesome. That's the great thing about the elite community, is like so many things we've done over the years as well. Does everyone remember Movember as well? That was fantastic. Oh, brilliant! So many crazy things. We even managed to convince Mike Brooks to shave his beard. But yeah, we've had a fun time between us, I think.
I think the community does a lot of stuff if it makes the life of people better.
Yeah.
If you get a chance for it.
It's wonderful.
So many wonderful people.
And I think that's the great thing. I mean, going all the way back to the first Kickstarter when we first started trying to raise funds for the game. Even it's just that camaraderie, that spirit. Everyone was just really behind each other, and trying to the whole Jonty. Everyone was like, yeah, Jonty up. And every day Jonty would come in. It's like, right, we're still not there. Okay, let's add more in. I'm gonna Jonty up, and it was fantastic. I mean, that kind of spirit, I think, is just wonderful. It's one of those things which is just synonymous with the Elite Dangerous community. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's just a fantastic community. It's incredible.
It is wonderful, wonderful. Let's get my boogie. There we go. Ooh. I'm so nervous with this because it's just a little sidewinder and I haven't got big shields on it. It's like, ooh. There we go. Mike is just charming my wife. There we go. No, it is fantastic. I mean, the fact that we've made so many friends as well over the last couple of years with everything in the community, everything that everyone's done, and the events we've been to, LaveCon as well, which was absolutely brilliant fun, and all of the other ones.
Incredible. Yeah.
I mean, it's 3 LaveCons now there have been. Oh, it's just crazy.
Yeah. And the shows get bigger and bigger.
Yeah, which is wonderful.
This year's Gamescom was just so crazy.
Oh yeah,
just so big, so many people.
Exactly, and just the difference between the two. I mean, like I said, when I first met you at the first Gamescom, it was a lot more quiet. It was a completely different deal, wasn't it? We were in that one room with the press, having early access previews of the game. It was a very, very different feeling. And then this year, outright crazy. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, we're landing on planets at the end of the year, and you queue round the block. People were all trying to get a preview, and whoops. I'm slamming my ship into things. There we go. Set the wing beacon. Yes, sorry, Rat King. There we go. Let's put that on there and turn drive assist off. Now that's one thing I should. A bit of a public service announcement for anyone. If you are having difficulty driving the bugger, then try turning drive assist off, because what it does is it has this weird effect on some controllers where it's almost like when you're playing on the Xbox controller, you have the 2 shoulder buttons. You kind of set the velocity and then you can let go of the buttons. Drive assist has the same sort of thing where it will let you set a throttle value and then you don't have to press it anymore. But when you're on certain controllers, that doesn't work very well. So if you are having difficulties with the control of the SRV, then go ahead into here and turn off drive assist on the right hand panel there. It makes a world of difference. Everyone's talking about the thing. Yes, Elite Meet is in April. Fantasticon in October, probably. Yeah. Yes, Glasgow for Elite Meet next year. Yeah. I mean, that's the great thing. There's all these other community events which are popping up as well, and it's just nice that everyone's getting behind each other. And I mean, there's a lot of meetups in Germany as well. Reinhard, you've been to a few as well, haven't you?
Yes, we had some smaller ones organized by individual people who just said, okay, on the so-and-so, how about meeting there, all the people around. So we had a few, and it was great fun each time, chatting away, having a nice meal.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what I mean.
Wonderful.
These things all started as these just let's get together, just these small events, and they've just become bigger and bigger as well. And tomorrow, yes, LaveCon. I've been to every LaveCon so far, and I can't wait for the next one. It's going to be really great fun, and it's just wonderful to meet up with everything. I think that's the thing that I've enjoyed most of everything. Not putting anything down on the game at all. It's fantastic that we've got the game that we've been waiting 20, some cases 30 years for, but the fact that there is a fantastic community behind it, and it's just really, really lovely to meet everyone and just share stories.
I'm sure we will get there.
Yes, absolutely. See, I cannot find any high sources. I don't know. Yeah, I'm seeing a couple of echoes on the wave scanner at the moment. And if anyone does have any questions about what we're doing in the stream tonight, then by all means just throw it in there. I think everyone by now probably knows how the wave scanner works. If you haven't already seen it, you should check out Frontier's YouTube channel, where Ed and Adam did a really great breakdown of introduction into Horizons, all of the new stuff. So much new stuff.
Sparrow Black, we are thinking about doing a bigger elite meet next year on our forum. I'm sure you know the EliteDangerous.de forum. We've brought up a community event part, so we are trying to organize more for the commanders to come together in game and out of game.
Cool.
So
awesome.
Perhaps you look there for events in Germany.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be really, really great. Like I said, it's just lovely to kind of have these get-togethers and stuff, and you know, everyone can just meet up and share stories. Oh, there we go. Oh, I found an outcrop. There we go. Can I? Pew pew pew. Iron, sulfur. Oh, selenium, germanium. Ooh. Scoop, scoop, scoop. I can't have. Oh, come on, Rat King. I'm just scooping cargo. Yay! New materials. Whoop.
Overkill.
Okay, yes. Brings it. What's he got in there actually? Is that let's see what ship he's. There we go. A Cobra up on the thing. Bringing a Cobra to a buggy fight. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Is he landing now? I think he's landing now. That's okay, yeah. That's better.
Ramming speed.
New material. Woohoo! Let's see if where is he? Is he jumping in his SRV? I believe he is, or is he's just hugging the ground, I think. Whee! Whee! This is the point now where Rat King takes off and I go flying up into space. I get the distinct impression he's about to take off, so I'm running. That's it, full throttle. Dear, dear.
You're in the shield.
Hey, Prime 9, greetings, Commander. We are having a bit of a nostalgia trip tonight. We'll get back to some of the videos in a minute. After I righted my my buggy. That was a terrible attempt at driving. I took my eyes off the screen. Oh, sorry, Sparblack, I missed that. What you said there. You strolled around a smaller moon to the dark side. Oh, sorry, it's missed a lot in the chat. I do apologise. Snoz, you should be able to post links, my friend. Give it a try. I mean, I don't think it shouldn't be a problem. You should be able to do it. Yes. So I need to find some man-made signal sources. But I'm going to carry on leaving that running. Let's see if I can. Is that going to go automatically if I click away? Ah, see, I want it to. See, maybe if I leave drive assist on. No. Damn, I can't click away from the window, but let's attempt to go back to where we were. So we were playing through some of the old videos. I'm going to give Prime 9 a bit of a blast from the past here. Let's see if we can get this. See if you can remember this. Yes, how far things have come in a few years.
Time for another video, perhaps? Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. Artorium, are there better, faster buggies? Not yet.
Soon, as always.
Gaming with Iain has just read my mind now, absolutely. Oh dear. Sparrow Black, hell yeah, seeing an old video with the bobblehead and the copy. Yeah, of course we had the Toki from the Lost Winds and the original bobbleheads. I see.
Oh yes. The first elite mess.
Oh, this Prime 9 was clearing out his folder of old screenshots from back then. Yeah, it's see, we're all thinking about it. We're all thinking of the nostalgia back then, way back when. How far it's come. I mean, it's nice. We're right on the eve of Season 2 is starting next Tuesday, which is going to be absolutely amazing. I can't wait for everyone to get in there. And if you haven't already bought it, then quick, click one of the links below and buy it. Get those pre-order bonuses. And I think that's one of the things in the newsletters, actually. If we go ahead and switch over to that quickly, let's go back to one of the newsletters. Because, of course, we got the pre-order bonuses, which are these now. These here. Look at that. Cobra paint jobs. I think it's got kind of like a digital camo sort of effect where you've got the blue, the bronze and the grey there, which is really, really nice. Which I'm pretty sure everyone who's already pre-ordered, who's got the lifetime expansion pass, is going to get all of those anyway, which is really, really nice. So yeah, so if you haven't already pre-ordered, you've only got to wait 2 days, so you might as well grab these bonus packs and it'll be ready for you on Tuesday. So grab 'em. Oh, I've got
always selling the game.
But it's absolutely worth it to get all the things. I mean, of course, I must jump back in my ship now. Actually, see if we can. Now that Prime 9's here, I can show him my bobbleheads. Wow, was it that long ago? It was before you even joined Prime 9. Wow. Prime 9's not yet. 4 soons, 9 maybes, and a probably. That sounds like a Christmas song. I think that one is. Let's wait for my ship to come back in. Oh, I hear it. Where is it? There it is. Commander Boogie. Prime, yeah, I thought you'd been there a lot longer than that, actually, yeah, but of course a lot of the team was moved over when the Kickstarter ended, wasn't it? Because the whole office got rearranged. I remember that. It was going in there the first time and things were still the way they were, and now, I mean, the last time I went into the office, it was absolutely buzzing with activity. There was so much going on. There we go. Jump in the ship really quickly. I love the fact that even the small things like the landing gear have been tweaked and adjusted to allow that extra range that they needed. That was never in the earlier versions, and now suddenly you see all these details there. Buggy. Shanry, what's my FPS at the moment? 69, 68, something like that. Let's go ahead and quickly jump into the. Yeah, I mean it says custom, but I've got ultra, and I think I turned up the terrain work, so I'll leave it on ultra really quickly to see what that does. Difference. There you go, still around the 69 sort of area. I know a lot of people have been having some, well, not a lot of people, but I've seen 1 or 2 people tweeting things and saying, oh, I'm getting really bad performance in some situations and stuff like that. I am running a system which is right on the edge of compatibility of the spec for Horizons, and I mean, as you can see, I'm running it in Ultra at 70 frames per second, so if you are having issues, it is probably just some strange configuration, some strange combination of the setup that you have on your machine, and the best thing you can do, and I've recommended this to everyone, is to do a mostly aimless, woohoo! Is to get yourself on DXDiag. That's DXDiag. Run that on your system. You can produce a little text file, which is all of your information about your system. Send that off to the guys at Frontier on the beta forum, and they can have a look at your combination of hardware and figure out why in that one particular instance you're getting whatever frame rate you're getting. So that is the best thing to do. Gazer, I am running a GTX 970 4GB RAM. I've got 6 gig of system RAM, so like I said, I'm right on the edge, and I am running a very old quad-core CPU, one of the early quad-core CPUs. So I am in nowhere running cutting-edge hardware. But as you can see, I'm getting in the bottom corner there, I'm getting the 70-something frames per second, or whatever. Oh, it's a little bit obscured. There we go. You can see I'm getting around the 60 to 70 mark. So I can't explain it. It is one of those peculiar things that I know on some combinations of hardware you get strange circumstances which cause that. It is very frustrating. I've sat there and I've done things like that on my own game engines, and it's like you find out it's some peculiar thing where the system you're running on is actually so much faster than you were predicting. It causes problems and things go slower than you were expecting. It's really peculiar behavior, but these things happen. I'm not sure if that signal is Rat King in the distance or whether it's I'll head in his direction. So yeah, so if you are in beta and you want to come in cause me trouble, then I am on the surface of a Celis 3B. By all means, you can come and wing up with me. You can just blast me. I've completely started my character again, so I am losing nothing. Oh, farewell, Snoz. I will make sure to do Alvin in letters for you. I'll send you a screenshot of that when you're back. Take care. Mr. Junks, oh sorry, Shanna's Geek is asking that of Mr. Junks there. I know I am using DDR3. No, am I using? No, I think I'm DDR2 actually. I can't remember now. I don't believe I've.
What's your PC?
Maybe 5 years, something like that. 5-6 years. So I'm. I was right on the edge of what was possible. Oh, we do seem to have a high signal over here. Let's just keep going. Oh no, they've got the ship over there, and we've got the buggy over there. So I think I'm getting the 2 signals. There we go. Let's go ahead and head this way. Triple channel DDR3. Yes, thank you, Game with Iain. I should know my own system spec, shouldn't I? No, I'm actually not Core 2 Quad. I am running the original i7 920. Yeah, that's see, Gaming with Iain knows my specs better than me. Oh, what have you found? Oh, Rat King did find a little thing here. A couple of sentry drones. Leave the perimeter. Okay, I will leave the perimeter. I'm going to head towards the sun. Let's head towards the sun. Mrs. K is absolutely trolling me there. Has Crash been good enough for Santa to bring him new computer parts? She knows very well what she has bought me for Christmas, and she won't let me touch it. It's not fair. Not fair. Cornish Cracker, that's a very good question. Do we know if SLR optimizations are coming? I know that currently some people on the forum have posted some workarounds for getting SLI to work in the current version of the game. It literally is a case of NVIDIA updating the drivers and the GeForce Experience thingy to recognize the fact that you're running the 64-bit version of the game. Once they do that, it should identify that, because that's the problem with SLI. NVIDIA need to make a profile that works with the application, so it's kind of in their hands with that. But there are some workarounds you can do. You can force it to say, hey, this is the Elite XE, and it will just, oh, okay, I'll use the profile that I know for the 32-bit one. So, oh, Cornish Cracker, sorry, you have done it. I'm telling you how to suck eggs. I apologise. But yeah, there will be. I mean, a lot of these things, it becomes one of those things where you have to rely on other people. It's not something that Frontier can solely do on their own. They kind of have to wait for NVIDIA to catch up, and the same sort of thing with Oculus changing the SDK and things like that. As much as Frontier just want it to work, they have to wait on other people to get it up and running now. So it's a lot of moving parts to making something as complicated as a galaxy simulator work,
Oh, have you heard anything about the Steam controller?
I did.
Be a nice alternative for the PC.
Yes, yeah, and a lot of people are saying that might be a good thing to try on Elite. I did see the video, which was really funny. Have you seen the announcement video from from Valve?
No, but I've seen pictures and reviews of it.
They did this fantastic video where they made out that it was the real production line where they were making the Steam controllers, but they did it with they actually painted the Aperture logo on the robots and the assembly line, and they were doing it to the Portal music, which is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It's really, really good. If you haven't already seen it, then please do check it out.
Will do.
Snake Man PMC, greetings, Commander. Yes, Prime 9, absolutely. Yeah, the frame rate near planets is always going to be a little bit lower. Of course, I mean that goes way back when. If we're talking about nostalgia tonight, that goes way back when to one of the very, very early things that David himself said when he was making the original game. They chose space because it was easy to render. It's virtually all black, with a few objects. So when you start getting down to these things like this amazing vista you see in front of you, you realise that there's a lot more to do. So on that subject, I think it's about time we jump back to some more videos. Let's see what we've got next in the playlist. I prepared a bunch of these because I thought it'd be nice to go through them. So we've got the dev diary. I forgot about this one. Let's see if we can get this up on here. Is it? Hey! So some of you might remember this, the premiere event, a little over a year ago now. there's our young Ed, as we remember him when he was first joining Frontier. Now I remember at this point when I was fighting this I think it was the Clipper, the Imperial Clipper, and I'd already taken a shot at it because I thought my cue from Ed had already come up that I should start fighting it, and then I realised, I was like, I've already hit him. I'm gonna have to hold back a little bit and kind of slow it down a little bit. I was like, oh dear. Crash in a suit, yes. Because they said
you did a fantastic shot on stage there.
I was so unbelievably nervous. I wanted everything to be right, because I was in the office earlier on that day, and we had a couple of practice runs, and the guys were running around like crazy trying to get the build ready, and like really I've just wanted it to be perfect for them. I wanted to show all the hard work they'd done into this reveal and everything to get it ready for the premiere, and fingers crossed, I think it went well.
Oh yes, it did.
Shanray, they gave. I don't think they gave us increased damage. I think they gave us a bit of extra damage resistance. I think there was a cap. I could get down to 10% hull, and then it wouldn't go any lower. So I could receive shield damage. I could receive hull damage. But the plan was to not get any damage on my Eagle because, of course, it would look bad. It was pretty much just me in an Eagle. I think it was A-rated. I had nothing but missiles on it, which was not a loadout that you would tend to use in game anyway. But it was great fun. It was really, really great fun. There we go. There's the line. I bring friends.
We invented it. Was it your idea?
I think it was. We were just off, before we did the rehearsals and things. We were off to the side of the stage, and they said that the cue will be that because that was from the Damocles video, which I think a lot of people remember from way back when. And right, and that was the radio chatter. Yeah, it was like, I bring friends coming out, and they said that's your cue. we were having a little bit of a banter beforehand, and I said to him, I'd really like to sign off the way that I do on the streams, and they said that's perfect. So at the end of it, once we finished, it was like, see you in the void, commanders. And that was really fantastic. They let me do that. It was really nice touch. Yeah, you could see. I remember this well. I've not seen an interdictory game.
The premiere event was the first time I met Mrs. K, right?
Yes, I believe it was.
But already in the hotel at the airport.
Yes, of course, yeah. And I'm really grateful that you looked after her as well on that day. I didn't know what to expect when I first got there, and I pretty much spent the entire day at Frontier. We were practicing like crazy to just make sure it all worked. And unfortunately, I'm sorry, Mrs. K. I kind of abandoned her. So I appreciate that you guys looked after her.
Sure. Mrs. K is wonderful.
Oh.
And you remember we got in? That was crazy.
Yeah.
I really didn't expect it.
Oh, it was really good.
Oh, wonderful.
That was a nice surprise.
The inside of the Frontier headquarters.
On hallowed ground. It was wonderful. It was a really nice surprise. I wasn't expecting that as well.
I'm not worthy.
But it's wonderful, and it's one thing that Frontier, I think they'd like to do more of that as well. Some tours for people and stuff, and that is, I think there's a whole bunch of really cool rewards going up. For the charity drive, I think there's like an auction for like the highest bidders of certain levels will get different things. I think some of it is name a station or name a planet, which was one of the high Kickstarter rewards. I can't find them now, but there's a lot of really cool rewards. So
I have the link on Twitter somewhere. I'll just look for it.
I'm gonna have to pause this in a second. Let's see if I can get this. Thank you, Snoz, for sharing that. I've got to put this vine up. Can I get this on screen? If I can make it any bigger. This was classic. It's the Pizzaolus. Yes, of course, we all remember that late night when the build was going out, and Adam and Eddie had so many pizza boxes delivered them, courtesy of the community, which is fantastic that everyone got behind and gave them the support. This is crazy. And Abacus, you got to hold this, didn't you? You held the official pizza.
Yes, I have a picture that proves it.
Which is wonderful. Such nostalgia. So
amazing.
But it's wonderful. But that's the great thing about this entire year. It's so many memories, so many great events has happened, and things that have come out of it. It's like it's crazy to see how much the game has advanced as well. I mean, looking at the let's go back. See if I can get this. You don't want this full screen with my face on. Let me get rid of my face. You don't want to see my face here. There we go. Pop down in the corner. So I'd like to say, first of all, thank you very much to Mr. Iain M. Norman for preparing this graphic for me. It's a great graphic, and as you can see here, hopefully this is coming through clear on your screens. We can see where we were at the end of 2014 up in the top there. There we go. Let's make myself a little bit bigger. We don't need all these question marks.
Oh, sorry. I found the link for for the charity stream here.
Excellent. There we go. So so if you haven't already checked that out, please do check that link that Abacus has put in the chat there. There are some great prizes you can win by bidding on that auction there. So it is well worth doing. Check that out. I'm gonna quickly go back and click on the correct thing. I don't think the audio is coming through. So I'm going to make that a little bit louder. Hopefully you guys can hear the audio a little better now. Yes, so here we go, right up at the top. Can I reach? So we have at the end of 2014, December, we had the game was officially launched, and that was the core content on there. And then of course we've had a whole series of updates over the year, and that's the cake. Sorry, yes, Prime 9's already on it. Speculation alert! It is time for the speculations. So yes, I mean, so much has come over the course of the year.
Mrs. K.
Oh, farewell, Mrs. K. Thank you. But yes, so much has come over the year, and I think that's one of the things that has been I don't, not immediately obvious to people buying into Horizons. Everyone's saying this, oh, it's £40 for this thing I get that on that day. It's like, no, it's £40 for the entire year. You're going to get a whole bunch of updates, just like we did in Season 1. So you go back and look at Season 1 and all the updates that are there. The first one, obviously, we've got up top there, the community goals for 1.1. Which was a huge difference to the game, and they have been really, really well received, I think. And I love doing the community goals. I love getting out there and helping the causes. A famous one in my hand right now, for the mug, which was probably the most successful community goal out there, which was just really, really cool.
And for the station.
Saturnine's asking if I can accidentally show the fully filled in chart. Without all of the question marks and speculation.
That's on the next page.
Yes. Ooh, don't click that button. Yeah, don't click that one. But yeah, I mean, it's great to see all the stuff that's come in there, and I can actually officially say now, I have no idea what's coming in these boxes here. I do not know, which I am really thrilled about. I'm really, really happy to say, finally, I don't know something. It's great. It's going to be a wonderful surprise when it does hit. I cannot wait for that for those boxes to be filled in, and it's going to be great fun. And I've said this to several people at Frontier as well. It's like, I want the surprise as much as everyone else out there as well. I don't want to know what's coming.
I think you could add a multi-crew, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Should be Season 2 is somewhere.
So yes, we know it's coming in at some point. We don't know when that's coming in. So I mean, that's okay. Obviously we've got Season 2 is where we are now with Horizons. We're 2.0 is literally gonna hit in a few days, next Tuesday on the 15th, almost a year to the day of the Season 1 pack. And then of course we've got the crafting and looting, which has been alluded to by Sandro. That's Sandro's baby. I think that's the thing that he really, really wants in the game. And we've seen a little touch on that at the moment. If I step back to the game really quickly, so obviously with the materials and synthesis that we've seen in the game. Ooh. Slow down a little bit there. I've got my driver assist off. Yeah, so I mean, this is a wonderful, wonderful addition to the game. The fact that you can gather these materials, you can do things like refuel and repair your ship and your SRV and stuff like that. Great kind of hint at the things to come. I know there's been lots of talk and speculation. Of what the crafting, looting and crafting system is going to be. The assumption is that I think it's been alluded to, but the idea that you'll be able to build special modules and things like that. Prime 9 saying is like, yeah, if you've got it, Crash, if you've got a copy of the chart, can you give it to me, because he'd love to know what's coming. Well, I think going back to the chart, actually, that's one of the things which is it's important to note, because a lot of people would go back to things on the forum and say, oh, back in the Kickstarter you said this, or in the DDF you said X, and someone else said Y, and there's all these things like, where is it? The problem with things like this, the schedule like this, it's fluid, it's going to change, and I think Frontier have been, intelligently following the dynamic of the community, looking at what works, what is good. Colin is ready. Colin is back. So I'd like to introduce. We have Colin, otherwise known as Phoenix DFire from the Lave Radio Crew, is joining us tonight. How you doing, Colin? Searching for the unmute button. He will be joining us shortly. So I that's a nice surprise guest. I hadn't introduced him up until this point. Oh, do we have audio? Hello? I can see his icon flashing.
Yeah, I see it blinking.
Oh, has he lost audio? We'll give him a second to do that. We'll carry on chatting about it. But yeah, I mean, I think Frontier have kind of been looking at, it's kind of been testing the water, kind of putting the one update out, seeing what works, seeing what people like and what people don't like, tweaking, adjusting it, and building the things that make sense to do. Obviously, everyone really, really wanted the planetary landings, and that's something they've been working really, really hard to up until this point. And the funny thing is, when you look at the chart here, and you see all of the updates we've got: the community goals, wings, Paraplay, CQC. all along the time when we were seeing these updates to the Season 1 content, obviously Horizons was being built in the background. Presentation from last year's launch party. Oh, snoz. Let's see if we can get this up on...
Earth calling.
Hey, Commander
Hey!
Phoenix DFire, how you doing, sir?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm just struggling with this blasted headset.
We saw your icon flashing. We knew you were there. We knew you were live, but we just couldn't hear you at all. But now it's good to have you. How are you doing, sir?
I'm not too bad. I am. Oh, sorry. But are we allowed to say the B word? Or
Well,
is
we
it
do have
the
them.
SRV.
Boogie! Everybody drink. Those are the rules. Those are the rules.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've got my whiskey here, so I'll be slamming into landing bays by the end. At times we get it all wrong, don't we?
Awesome, awesome. I believe. Are you in at the moment, or did you leave? Oh, you're there. You go.
I am in open play, but I can't send you a wing request.
No. Have you launched yet at all?
Oh, I'm in the buggy.
So
You need.
So,
Right.
but you haven't gone to you're still at Baker's.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm still at Baker's.
So if you go ahead and go into Super Cruise, because as someone pointed out right at the start, we've completely forgotten that when you first start off a new commander, you are in solo play so that you don't get attacked by anyone. Completely forgot about that. Yeah, completely forgot.
I didn't even know about that. How long have I been doing this and I didn't even know?
So I totally forgotten about that thing in there, which was nice. Yeah, so we'll wait for you to get.
Bear with me then.
Yeah, we'll wait for you to get into Super Cruise and everything, and then let us know, and we'll get back in there. So yeah, we were just in the midst of major speculation. I apologise if we've been waffling away.
Major speculation.
Speculation. Yes, of course, looking at the chart of things that have been and what might be coming on there. Wings, I think, was probably my favourite edition of Season 1. I think I said even before Wings was available, doing anything in the game which is kind of like co-op orientated, it was just so much fun. Being that player with player experience, kind of helping other people out, I enjoyed it so much. And then when Wings came along and formalised it, allowed us to wing up as we're doing now. It was a really big game changer for me because I love it. Abacus, we've played probably hundreds of hours in a wing.
Oh, yes.
You're trying.
I love the co-op play too. It's wonderful to try to get something done together, be it trading or fighting or exploring. I think we've tried everything. How well it works in the wing. It's so much fun.
It is, absolutely. It's really, really great. Oh, I think I've just found another outcrop. Shiny.
Are you material hunting then?
I'm actually looking for I've got an escape pod to rescue. I've only got an hour left to do it, but I'm kind of getting distracted and finding all sorts of other stuff, which is typical me. But I'm sure the escape pod has plenty of oxygen. I'm sure he's going to be fine.
Oh, the Sidewinder. Oh, this brings back memories. I haven't been in one ages.
Yeah, it is fantastic to go back and feel the difference in the ships and the fact that the lower power distributor, it feels really underpowered compared to what we're used to with the big A spec everything. But it's nice to go back, and I think it's a nice challenge actually, because we've got so used to everything being easy when you get hundreds and millions of credits and you can kind of go away and do anything you want with no risk and no worry about anything. To go back into a smaller ship and you feel completely exposed. I think it's a nice challenge. It's really nice.
Well, I don't know what's happening here, but all of a sudden I just got hit by something and my shields are now down to 79%. What's going on here?
HS003, did they buff the pitch speed on the cutter yet, or is it still as slow as a T9? I don't believe the ships are going to have any changes to them. They've been built a specific way to fit a specific role, and I think they're going to remain like that. Of course, you can tweak and improve it yourself by fitting better thrusters and power distributors and things like that. That is kind of the purpose of those parts of the game, is to tweak them in the way that you prefer them. But if the ship doesn't fly the way that you like, then maybe it's not the ship for you. Try a different ship. I'm absolutely determined to get one of every kind of ship in the game. I love the the variation and the difference between all the ships.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Sooner or later.
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
Mostly in the Anaconda, trading my backside off at the moment, but there we go.
I will join you soon.
There we go.
Need some more credits.
Yes, yeah, those new ships are going to be really expensive.
Yeah.
So did I see?
I'm quite sure of that.
Oh, I think in the distance there might be. I can see a high signal starting to materialize. Prime 9. I didn't catch all that. Sorry. ZRS1 wants one ship for every paint job. Yeah, see, this is my problem now. Is I have. I'm pretty sure I have every paint job for the Cobra, so I'm going to have to buy about 20 or 30 Cobras just so I can have one paint job for each. So I have to save up that.
Right, I am now out in space.
Ooh, space.
Space.
Are you in open yet?
I am in open. Well, I think I'm in open. Hang on.
Excellent.
Yes, you are. Send you a ring invite now.
Okay, yeah.
Snakeman PMC, yeah, price is not a problem, but the Imperial Federal ranking, yeah, I was quite surprised at how high that was. I think it's Duke and Rear Admiral, which is only two spaces from the top of the military ranks that you can get. That's higher than I was expecting by a bit.
A lot higher.
But I really need to get that.
I expected 9 or 10, but not the 12th rank.
Yeah, it's pretty high. But again, I think that's the great thing about it is Frontier have given us something else to aim for. You know, it's not just a case of getting loads of money, which a lot of players have. They've had a year to do that. If you haven't worked on the rankings, then this is something you can go back and do now. It gives us a different challenge, something different to aim for. Stone Fox is a king, yes, as well as King Abacus is also at that
Hey.
So
now you get treated in a decent way in the Empire, right?
yes, that's it. Yes, you get the special golden docking pad at the back of the station there. So.
The VIP landing pad.
Oh, Marriage Aiden, yeah, you've just reminded me of something which did come up. The debate between gender-specific words in the game. That was something that came up many times before. That Duke, Duchess, Emperor, Empress, and all that kind of stuff. And of course, I mean, I think David himself has explained it a few times that in 1,000 years in the future, humans don't use gender-specific words to describe things anymore. It's all one thing. So we have a female emperor. It works. Makes the language a lot simpler. What have we got? I have got some natural source on the radar, so I'm going to go ahead and scooch over to that. I think... yeah, we'll bring that back up on there. So crafting and looting is hopefully coming along early next year. Oh, here we go. A sentry. Oh, it's just cargo. What have we got? Oh no, it's an occupied escape pod. I'm gonna rush in. Yoink!
Quick,
there we go.
Save that guy before the runs out.
Woohoo! I've got it. I've saved him. How long have we got? Ow, he still had an hour and a half of oxygen left. I could have done plenty. Let's go ahead and call my ship back. There we go. Win. Save some. I see. I love those missions like that. I think that's really cool. There we go. Catching up with me now. The guys are on there. I'll just let them know. Got it. Yeah, I love the variations of missions, and I think there's a lot more scope for things that are going to come into the game over the next couple of months as well. Just different missions that can be added in as well. Now that we're actually down on the surfaces, the things that we can do are going to be. There's Rat King over there. Where's my sidey? I see my side. Oh, it's behind me. Is it behind me? There it is. No, that's Millstone Barn. There's Commander Boogie over there.
No, you need to say it with a bit more of a Yorkshire accent. It's Commander Boogie.
Commander Boogie!
Hey, lad, you gotta go take out a bit of sophistication in your boogie.
Oh, sorry, if I missed a question. Chana's Geek, any chance we can have the cool acceleration, deceleration sound in Super Cruise back in 2.0? It's not up to me, I'm afraid. I'm not on the audio team. But no, I think there's been quite a few audio tweaks to various things to balance it. Oh, I hear an explosion over there. Wasn't me.
Who crashed?
It wasn't me. Definitely wasn't me. I'm not Kerrash anymore. I'm Boogie. Whee! Oh, look at it.
Did you see the video that Psycho Cow put up of someone landing or attempting to land an Imperial cutter on a high G world?
Oh my goodness! I've seen some things. Poor Mad Dog attempted to do his ship a couple of times on that. It was not good. It was not a pretty sight. Oh, there we go. There's my handbrake. There we go. But yeah, I've attempted to do it myself. I don't know if any of you guys tried landing. I think Akinar 3. Have you seen that world?
Yeah, Chaos Wolf did a whole stream on it where he tried to land a fully laden T9 on it. That was hilarious. With D-rated thrusters.
Oh, that's torture. That's absolute.
It's a challenge.
Well, yeah, true. Yeah.
It's not a challenge.
It's insane. It's insanity. But yeah, I mean, I tried it with. I think I had an ASP with A-rated thrusters. And even that, my first attempt, it was just I lived up to my name. Bang splat! It was straight into the surface. It was a complete different experience to landing on the normal world. So you came in out of glide, and you had all of that velocity still going down, and it just seemed to keep accelerating. It was just like it literally had to turn to in order to do the second attempt. I did it. Literally turned the ship vertically, so the rear thrusters were facing down, where I had the majority of thrust, and then. Just used that to actually slow myself down enough to get onto that planet, and that was the only way you could do it. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Oh, this is the bit I have real trouble with, the glide. I can never seem to get it to last as long as it should.
It does take a little bit of getting used to. Oh, mission failed? What happened there?
Oh, time?
No, I've got the occupied escape pod. Oh dear. What's happened here? What's happened here? How did I fail that? I didn't do anything.
Do you have to transfer it to the...
No, something just...
the ship?
Something went screwy then. I've got it in the ship. I was just taking off and I failed. Wasn't me. Didn't do it. Never mind. I will sell the escape pod on the commodities market and be done with it. There you go. Never mind. Okay. I have some strangeness going on now. See if I can actually get off this planet. No, I'm... oh dear. I'm repeatedly landing and getting stuck.
Oh, is that because you've got the wing beacon switched on, so you're always going back?
Is that what's causing it?
Might be. Oh, someone just flew past me there.
Let's see if we can get that to boost up and get. Selling dead bodies next. He's still alive. He's not dead. He's still alive, Mr. Junks. I'm selling the used escape pod, and I'm just gonna let him free. That's the story I'm telling myself. I'm making my own content. It's Prime 9 saying, yeah, the rescuee has been changed to a slave now. Oops. No, I'm getting stuck here. Every time I attempt to charge up the drive, I'm getting I'm getting stuck back on the surface. Let's try and get a little bit higher. What's my altitude at the moment? 11 kilometers
Well,
up.
you've gone now, as far as I'm concerned.
No, I'm getting repeat. This is the old issue we've seen.
I've got
Have you
frame
problems with
shift
your
inhibited by a
modules?
factor of 17, which is probably something to do with the massive python that's flying alongside.
That won't help. That won't help.
This is not purple. Jeez.
Yeah, that would suck. Still alive? Still alive? No, it's yeah. When
I'm getting better.
I'm not dead. Let's see if I can do this now. Quick charge up, quickly. There we go. It's working now. It is a beta.
Oh, how often have we been saying that? If you want nostalgia, there you go.
There's more. Yeah, more nostalgia. Takes us back. So let's go ahead to Beagle 2, as I can't complete my mission. Where is Beagle 2? Beagle 2 is behind the planet, so I'm going to need to get into the blue zone and accelerate away. Oh, see, look at all those canyons and craters. The problem with these planets is there's just too many cool things to look at.
Yeah, that is the problem. I mean, it's far more interesting when you get these planets with all the craters on them. I mean, most of the ones that we've been round at DSO when we're doing live radio, they're actually quite boring. Because they're all pretty straight and flat. But when you see places like this, you sort of think, oh yeah,
there's some fantastic ones. Yeah.
The ice planets look particular good now.
Yes, with the subsurface
Really
scattering
cool.
shader on them to get the kind of. And I think you, if you get them in the right light and you've kind of got the star from the side and your headlights on it, it just looks absolutely fantastic. But it's it's really, really cool. I think one of my favourite ones is definitely, I think it was Obsidian Ant did a great video on it. Was it Uranus's moon? I think it is, not
Yes,
Neptune.
it is.
Yeah, Ariel.
Because he was so embarrassed about having to say Uranus instead of Uranus.
But it's a fantastic moon. I think if you haven't seen it in the game, you've got the opportunity to go see it. Go check it out. It looks really, really cool. It's got some great canyons and things on it. The one canyon I think is the ridge. There's a ridge that you can land on top of. It's over 2 kilometers high. And it's just insane. You could just jump right off it, which now is the time to do it. If you've got betas, to jump in there and do it now in the beta, and try it out. It's just crazy. It's crazy.
There's one thing that's annoying me at the moment. I've got the wedding barge just putting up messages all the time. I don't want to know that they haven't got their vows done.
But that's see the background speech and things like that. I mean, way back when, none of that was in there, was it? I mean, in the original 1.0,
Oh,
no Super Cruise speech. That's some of the things that have been added, and like I said, it's nice to see the progression over the year, like how much it's changed from the very, very first version. There wasn't even. I think was it like the assassination missions and things like that. The target would always be in a signal source on the very, very first version, wasn't it? And it was only in one of the updates where they would be going around in Super Cruise doing their business back and forth, whatever they're doing, and even little things like that, I think, is really changed the game for the better and made it so much more interesting and entertaining. Prime 9 saying you can always shoot the wedding barge, just shut them up.
I do.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think I've ever seen anyone like mess around with things like the wedging barges and the funeral ships and things like that. Everyone's always kind of ignoring those elements. But I wonder what you could do to irritate them.
Oh well, I've one of the things that they said was, I took a mission right at the very beginning to say pick up some cargo with a hint that it might be dead weight or something like that, and I thought, oh, okay, there's a funeral position, dead weight. Oh, I'll attack it because that might be where they're hiding stuff. And instead, I just got my backside handed to me on a plate. So for a funeral barge, they're certainly well armed.
Yeah. Don't want to mess with them.
They are
No,
prepared for fireworks.
Yeah, 2 funerals for the price of 1 there, I think.
Oh dear. Right, let's go ahead into outfit. I've got, crikey, 800 credits. That's scary. That's scary. Millstone Barn. Horizons is awesome. Squee! So I think we should move on to another video. What have we got next? Following on the theme from the chart there of all the different versions, the 1.1 update trailer when this hit. Like I said, community goals was the big headline feature for this release, and like I said, I've thoroughly enjoyed the community goals. I think they've been fantastic, and the fact that Frontier have also asked us for ideas on the community goals as well, and added the ones in that we really enjoy. The mug, the recent Obsidian Orbital, which is I believe it's the station in the game now, Obsidian Orbital.
That's where it's going to be.
Did I miss the great opening? I hope they will announce it in time.
I haven't seen them actually say that the station is now open.
No, I've not heard myself. I wonder
I
if
missed
it's
the opening.
I haven't been back out there, so I'm wondering whether that's going to be available in when 1.5 and 2.0 is launched next week. Maybe there's a change, and of course that's some of the interesting things actually. Like reading between the lines of like what Michael Brooks has been posting on the forums and stuff, is saying that moving stations around and adding new stations in is very difficult in the way that it was built up. It's supposed to be part of the background simulation, so it's kind of a bit of a pain to tweak that every time. It has to wait for a game update and everything. But the way that the surface-based settlements have been built up, it's a different system which allows more flexibility. So fingers crossed that means more variation and changes in the future. We can see more community-driven things. It'd be nice to have community goals to set up a mining colony on a planet or something like that. Just things that we can do would be really cool.
We are still waiting for your station.
Yes, absolutely. That's the problem, because it's an Earth-like, which is
yes.
So we can't land on those Earth-likes. Not yet, but soon. I remember this is nice watching back the Acela station construction, which is really, really awesome to see. Marriage Aiden, yes, Toad's starship, the FNS Nevermore, accidentally fired on the station. Which was that was a wonderful thing, and the fact that Frontier just turned around and just made it part of the lore and the history of the game, that it was a targeting system error, just made it part of the background story, which is really, really cool.
It was nice to know that basically a Coriolis station could take out one of the Federation battleships.
Yes.
Because it was hardly scratched, and I don't know whether or not that's because it's got a no-kill flag against the station or something like that. But it was nice to see it being reduced, and then the station just going, and?
Yeah, pew, pew, boom. Yeah. Oh, but it's great things like that, I think, which is just made the year really fun, and to just be involved with and to watch it unfold and the things change. That was really, really nice. Let's go ahead and put it there. Ooh, where's my Christmas tree? There we go. There we go. Put that on the dashboard for a second there. Snoz, you sent me a message. Where did you send that, my friend? Is that on Skype? Because I've closed everything else at the moment. I don't have Skype.
There's not even a mission I can take here. It's all...
there we go. And the other thing, that just the nice little things that we discovered over it as well. The hidden Control Alt Shift and G to make the interface disappear there. The little secret hidden keyboard shortcuts and things that we found, which were never documented. It's nostalgia everywhere you look. Let's go ahead and abandon that one. Oh, I didn't do it. There we go. Discard. Yes, please. Discard. Some bounty vouchers, some wing trade. Thank you very much there, Rat King, for the wing trade. There we go. Already 30,000 credits. I could probably move on to an eagle at this point. Tig on Star. Alvin! Alvin is Mike Snoz's dog. And oh, you sent it to my Twitch thingy. Okay, let me try and get it on there. Yes, and Alvin is fantastic. Alvin for president. Let's see if I can find it. What else was I gonna do? I've got my inventory. That's it. We can release this poor captive soul from his occupied escape pod. There we go. And I don't consider it slavery because it's not the black market. It is just selling his used his cargo pod. So escape pod. So definitely not.
You keep on telling yourself that so you can sleep at night.
That's it. But just wait until those options are available. It'd be awesome. It'd be cool.
I mean, I'm hoping they do have a freed slave option or something like that, because it's, you pick up some poor sod that's been hanging around in an escape capsule when they've got a distress signal or the ship salvage points of interest, and then all of a sudden you think, hang on, this means I've got, instead of actually rescuing this guy, I'm actually
selling him into slavery.
Come on.
It does seem rather
sod.
mean, yeah. But I think that's. Did we ever have that option back in the original games? I don't think that was. Was it possible to do that?
Oh, there was in the original one. Good grief, I'm showing my age here. In the 84 version,
way back when.
If you scooped an escape pod, they automatically became slaves.
Ah, I see. Right.
Yeah.
So,
right.
Yeah, if you had, I'm sure that happened in Frontier as well. But then again, if you actually ejected slaves, they became fertilizer.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah. There was so many times where you're trading away, and the number of times I buy a cargo hold full of slaves or live animals or something like that, and I didn't fit atmospheric.
Yeah,
so
it was a pretty thick joke then. So why have I got fertilizer?
Yeah,
I thought I picked up animal meat.
You launch as soon as you're into open space, it's like, nothing but fertilizer. You have just killed everything in your cargo hold. Like, damn it. And people
compressed cow blood.
And people complain about Elite Dangerous being brutal. Oh, dear.
Yeah, always be the pilot, never be the passenger.
That's never. Of course, that is something which may be coming in. Of course, I think Michael Brooks has alluded to the fact that passenger missions will be coming in season 2. Yes,
the Orca has
The Orca is useful. Yes, absolutely. Look.
And can it dive?
It does look like a cruise ship, doesn't it?
And I remember from second one or third one where the description of the Orca was. I think I read that it should be able to swim and dive.
Oh, are you thinking of the Moray Starboat?
Moray Starboat was one, yes.
Ah, okay, that was it.
That has been mentioned in fiction. In the fiction, I think Tales of the Frontier, and normally I think along the policy's been, if it's been in Tales in any of the fiction, they've tried to get it in.
Yeah.
So because it's been mentioned there, you get excited. Maybe when they got Waterworlds, we'll get the Moray Starboat as well, which seems logical, really.
Yes, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Yes.
Yeah, but we are talking at least season 3 or season 4 for that. We're not talking
Sure.
at the end of this year. Because just can you imagine how difficult it is going to be modelling water? I mean, you saw the planet in Interstellar. That was going to be completely bonkers to do.
With the slow wave.
Yeah. AD123 UK. No, these are the new bobbleheads you can buy now. I've got a link below for the merch in the store there. If you click that, you can go and grab them now. So I've got got David on the side there, on the left hand side. I can get into the light a little bit more. There we go. David on the left hand side. I've got the Christmas tree. Got to be festive with the Christmas tree. There we go. And 71 letters for you to spell out anything you fancy spelling out in the game, which I am just waiting for the YouTube videos to come up with really inappropriate words, which is going to happen. Is going to happen.
Oh dear!
I've already seen the comment. Someone's asked is if we spell a rude word backwards, will people outside of our cockpit see the letters? We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Can we see it in the debug camera mode? Can we see them? I don't think I can see my. Don't think I can see my bobbleheads in there. But it would be nice if you could.
What's this mean? That Warning Beagle 2 has changed jurisdiction?
Yeah, so that's one of the weird things I've noticed in the Horizons beta is you get that message up from a lot of different things saying that they're changing jurisdiction. I don't know what it's to do with. I mean, I'm wondering whether there's going to be more stuff to do with different regions on planets that allow you to go to different areas, maybe, and maybe that's what it's supposed to be a signifier of. But Sentinel.
Here comes the orange sidewinder.
Whee! Dum 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 dum. Sentinel saying there, imagine atmospheric worlds will be next. I'm kind of hoping there's going to be a few things. I'm pretty sure the next worlds we would see will be things like volcanic worlds, which would be really cool because there's so many different types of volcanism in the game. When you look at things like Io, for example, I think it's like, is it sulfuric volcanism, something like that, which is different to Earth, which is iron magma volcanism. So I'm hoping we see different kinds of volcanism early sometime next year, or maybe in the middle of next year we get some different planet types, because it will expand the cool things that we can do on all these different surfaces and stuff. Damn it!
Quick, get the heat shield ready.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's going to be a completely different experience landing on these planets, and I think that's the thing which is easy to skip over and not realize that there's actually so much content you can get just out of adding different types of planets in. So I think, just the first couple of months and couple of updates, I think just adding additional missions and points of interest and things like that to the existing planets would be really cool, because it would help flesh them out and make them feel more alive and more active. But then eventually when we start to see some of the volcanism on other planets, I think that would be really, really cool as a next thing. Yeah, Sentinel, that's right. I've just realised that when I was looking at this one. This volcanism, this has water magma volcanism, but it has a methane-rich atmosphere. So that's kind of the problem with it, isn't it? They all have atmospheres of some description when they have volcanism. So what's next is the big question. That is what it's all about tonight. We are on the speculation. I've missed the point that we were talking about with Prime 9 there. That's a little buggy. Okie dokie, I've missed what we were talking about. Captain Greenwire, the placement of the bobbleheads. I've just left the station, so I can't show you. Every ship has 10 locations you can place things on, so you can go ahead and spell out words and put the various bobbleheads in various positions. I love that Christmas tree; it's great fun. I think we're probably going to see the different power leaders come in at some point as well. I think that's so. If you've pledged to a certain power, you're going to be able to put your favourite power leader up on there as well, which is really cool. What other questions? Sorry if I've missed your questions. Red circle? I don't see a red circle at the moment. Oh, Mr. Junks, yeah, red circle around a planet. I believe that means it needs a permit for you to be allowed to land on it. So yeah, there's a couple.
I think that was a question during the training video session from Frontier. I think you're right. It's a permit.
Yes, yeah. I'll go check. I think it does come up in the interface. Actually, does show you on there. Dampier Music. Hey Kerrash, wondering where we can meet people to join a clan and elite. So There are a whole bunch of areas on the official forum. Probably the best location for you to go to would be the various powers and see other players which have pledged allegiance to one of the major galactic powers in the game. I can't see... No, it doesn't show anything on this interface. Zoom out. But I believe that is a permit system. Yeah, so if I'll show you on the screen here. So on the forum, there's a section for every one of the major powers in the game. That's probably the best place to get started, is to go and meet players that have a similar alignment, similar ideals for what they want to do. You can have a look at... here we go, where's the ethos here. If there's something you agree with, go and look at these characters, see which one of the powers that you most agree with their way of working, and then go and find the appropriate section on the forum. And there's literally hundreds and thousands of players in groups like that. Lots of questions come up. I see lots of new names. Hello, everyone has just joined in. See. Commander Flossie! Greetings, Commander! Mara Jaden, how do we start out our own player faction? Now, actually, Reinhard, you probably have as much experience as anyone in starting up player groups in the game. We were just talking about this.
Just start your find some others to build a group, and then send an email to, what was it, blah 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 at groups. It was in one of the newsletters. There's an email address where you can send your application. What's the name of the group? What you're doing? If it's independent or pledged allegiance to one of the powers, and so on.
Yeah. Absolutely, and there's
so in one of the newsletters there was I have to look for it. I don't know it right off my mind, but there is an email address to send it.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the great thing that Frontier's been adding these player groups in. I mean, well, the Hutton Orbital Truckers are an official group as well. I've been there. Got the mug. and it's great, you know. If you want to build your own clan up and you want to find like-minded people, you can do that. You can put the idea of the backstory of your clan together and send it off to Frontier, and then hopefully it'll get added into the game, which I think is really, really nice. Arms Like Noodles, you'd love to see the coordinate system be readable on a planet and have the ability to set one arbitrary waypoint. Yeah, I'll head down to a planet now, actually, see if we can explain the longitude and latitude thing, because it did take me a little bit of figuring out, but once I realised where I was and which way was up and everything, where the pole was on the planet, it was a little bit easier to understand. Any more questions on there?
Oh no, loop of shame.
Loop of shame. Something which is, again, nostalgia, something which is synonymous with the Elite Dangerous community now. Flying past your intended target and having to spin back round, yes. I think we've done that countless times over the last year. Sorry if I've missed your questions, I'm trying to skim back through it. Prime 9's mentioned in a weird planet, which is a known bug, yes. I think there's another one, is it Mitterland Hollow? But, of course.
As if there's not enough weird stuff going on at Barnard Star.
They were drunk when they wrote those overrides for that planet, I think. But yeah, there's the other one, isn't it? Mitterland Hollow, which orbits its parent body in about 50 seconds, doesn't it? Which I think was that was an oopsie. But it does lead for some really cool videos.
Yeah, it does help with the time delay.
Yeah, absolutely. Correct on there. Max Ursa, SRV in the Hotus is fantastic. Using the Hotus for the SRV is fantastic. You haven't logged in since the beta. Has the role been re-implemented when airborne? Yes, so I think between beta 2 and 3 there was an extra binding added, which meant by default the role was unbound. So it wasn't that the roll was removed; it just you weren't getting the activity when you pressed it. So yeah, it's definitely in there. I'll hopefully show that in a second. I'm just trying to figure out what the pole of this planet would be. And this is what I love about the game, actually, is all the detail in the Stellar Forge is all there for you to go and check, and it's been there for over a year, and just now is it becoming useful. So if we go ahead and go to the info on this planet, we can see it has orbital inclination of a fraction of a degree, and orbital eccentricity is tiny as well. Axial tilt, that's what we want, so 3.61 degrees. So we can see the orbit line is heading in there. If we have a look at the parent body, if I target the parent body is just off to my left now. There it is. So at this angle, North Pole should be directly above me, I believe. Yeah, and we can see now it's hard because I'm moving so fast, but there we go, just past the 0 position. See if I can aim down a little bit. There we go. So if I aim directly at the planet, which I'm going to drop out of cruise doing this, but for illustration purposes, so just above the little exclamation mark there, you see I've got the longitude and latitude, so I've got 52 degrees and almost 0 degrees there. If I tilt up slightly, I'll go in further up towards the north. If I tilt down, it starts going into the positive values there, and I'll be going below the equator of the planet. So you can see I'm pretty much straight on with one of the lines of... Is it longitude or latitude? I always get the two backwards. There, oh, let's flip over, get into glide. So yeah, so if I pretty much stay on this, so you can see, there we go. So now at the top of, I'm pointing on my screen like you folks can see it. So right at the top center of my screen there, I'm at the heading of 0. And there we go, heading at 10 degrees. So if you line yourself up on a heading of 0, you know that you're going down one of the lines on the planet. So you're pretty much north-south in one direction there. Oh, sorry, I've missed so many questions.
Well, trying to land these things is a little bit intensive.
it takes a lot of concentration. Yeah.
John?
Oh, yes, sorry.
I just found the information for the groups.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, if you can go ahead and post it up in there. So, yeah, so, oh, we have a...
Here.
There we have a wing commander.
There are Jaden that should explain everything.
So
it's the groups at elitedangerous.com.
Excellent, there we go. So if I go ahead, I'm going to try and aim now. So if I aim for 270 degrees, there you go, 270, versus when yaw becomes very useful. There we go, 270 degrees. So at this point now, when I'm going at this in this direction now, I'm increasing the I think it's the longitude. I'm going to get it backwards, I know I am, but I'm effectively at the 51 degrees is counting down. I'm kind of moving around the planet in that orientation. What is the gravity here? Because I seem to be dropping like a stone. There we go.
I just realised that you guys are actually on the opposite side of the planet as me, and I am just about to crash through the planet to try and get to you.
I just realised I'm in the gravity of this planet, and I'm flying with flight assist off. Whee! Which is crazy. What's the default binding for that? I need to turn it back on. It's great fun though, actually. It's like the difference in it when you've got flight assist off. You feel the change in the ship. You feel you're getting pulled towards the gravity well, because of course your ship isn't compensating. It isn't trying to level out. So even if you turn the throttle right to 0, the ship's just going to start dropping like a stone eventually, which is which is really great fun. There's a lot of mist. I'm going to turn it on because I don't want to blow my ship up before I even get to show some of this planet. I love the mist on it. So of course this is one thing I should point out. There isn't technically an atmosphere on this planet. It is just being heated by the star, and there's lots of volatile compounds which are being released from the rocks. But it leads for some really eerie visuals, which is cool. Any questions we missed on there? AD, you just loaded up 1.5 for the first time after playing 2.0 said that you needed to reset to orbit, okay, because you've gone to 1.5, yes, you don't have orbit access. Hangar materials that you collected are... But the SRV hangar and the materials that I collect in Horizons, I've missed the question there.
Well, they don't exist in the 1.5 beta,
Yeah,
that's the point.
yeah, there's a distinction. You should be able to get the materials, but there might be... Will these materials be reset for Horizons? Well, when we go to Horizons on Tuesday, you're going to be using your live save game anyway. So you're going to lose everything you've done in beta, which is why I reset tonight, because it's all going to get thrown away.
So don't get too attached.
Yeah.
That's why the ships are so cheap in beta.
Exactly, we can play
So
around.
you can have fun.
Buggy. Mr. Sinatra, convince me on Horizons because you're not sold yet. It does look interesting, yeah. See, I don't think it's fair for me to try and, it's not a case of me trying to force you to buy the game. If you like it, what you see, then try it out. I think, if you're convinced you're going to love it, you're already playing the first season. I think that you really enjoy the extra content that's going to come in too. Like I said, I mean, going back to this graphic here, what you're getting in Horizons is not just this box, it's all of these boxes. So coming up over the next year, we're going to have so much more stuff. And we were talking things like earlier on, we were speculating that maybe we're going to be seeing volcanic worlds coming up. The weather systems we might see on some of the atmospheric planets perhaps would be fun. Multi-crew character creators, we know that those are coming. We've seen some hints at those in some of the videos that Frontier have shown us. So we know that we're going to get those things. Fighter bays as well. Some of the bigger ships, you can tuck away your combat vessel in there, and you can leave your main ship on AI kind of in defense mode. You can go in and kind of work in your own mini wing and that kind of stuff. Loads of things are coming in Season 2. And of course, I mean, as we were saying right at the start of the stream, you probably missed, but there's lots of incentives for doing it. If you order now, you will get these things, the pre-order bonuses, skins, access to the Cobra Mark IV, which is an exclusive ship for anyone pre-ordering Seasons 2. Lots of benefits of getting it, and you're going to be able to play it on Tuesday anyway, so... Yeah. Yes, Elite Mess. Mr. Snatcher, no, I mean, it's not just planetary landing in buggies. There is a lot more. There's different kinds of missions and things. There's missions you can receive in space and things like that are being added in. There's the materials and crafting system, which you've got here, which give you these additional bonuses for your ship and things in here, like you can craft your own munitions so that you're not dependent on going back to a station. You can kind of fight for longer, explore for longer by being able to repair your field maintenance modules and all that kind of stuff. There's lots of new things coming in. Season 1 is still going to get expanded. You're still going to get new content coming in and stuff like that. But I'm not going to tell you you have to. I'm not going to hold you at gunpoint and say you have to buy it. If you've enjoyed everything in Season 1, I would think you'll enjoy everything in Season 2. And it's I think the problem with it is people look at the cost of it and they think, oh, they're buying a new game. It's like, well, you're not buying a whole game. You're buying a series of updates for the game over a period of a year. It's like an annual subscription in one way. It is a season of content.
And you don't have to pay anything for the servers.
Exactly.
Don't forget that.
Yeah, that's the key thing. You're not. It's not like other subscription-based games where you have to sign up for a monthly subscription. It's like you can buy it now and play it forever. That's the great thing about it. There is no monthly payment. All of the bonuses and things you can get are things that are cosmetic upgrades and things like the ship skins and things like that. It's not like other games. It's a different pricing model.
It's similar to Guild Wars.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're paying for the expansions, but you don't have to pay a monthly fee.
And to tell you the truth, the price, even though there's a little bit of controversy about the price of the upgrade, when you think about how much content that you're actually going to get, Works
exactly.
a heck of a lot better than, say, Swig and things like that. Or SOTOR. Swig. Even all these, after all this time, I'm still calling a Star Wars RPG Swig.
Yeah, Mr. Sinatra. Yeah, you're absolutely bang on the money there. World of Warcraft, $15 a month. You're going to be paying $180 for a year's worth of playing that game. It's a third of the price of the expansion. Absolutely. And then the other thing that Blizzard do is they bring out the expansions, which you then have to pay another $40 for or whatever for the next expansion. I think the last one I bought was it the Lich King. I think I bought that one. So you're paying for the expansions, you're paying for the subscription, you're paying for everything else. It's not like that in Elite Dangerous. You pay the one-off payment at the start of the year for a whole bunch of expansions. And again, going back to my fantastic graphic here, I mean, you look at the top line we've got here, that $40 or whatever the original core game was, got you all of those expansions along the top there, all of these new features and things that came in over the year. And there was the same controversy right back when, last year, wasn't it? Everyone was turning around and saying, well, 1.0, it doesn't have this, it doesn't have that, it doesn't have planet landings, and people were asking, it's like, what am I getting for the money? And it's like, well, you've got a year's worth of support and upgrades and expansions and various things like that. So, yeah, it is a different way of looking at the game, and I can understand that people initially look at it and think, oh, this just seems different, it's crazy, I don't understand it, but that's what it is at the end of the day. That's how it works. Any advice on finding a group? Definitely get on the forums, have a look at, we were just talking about this, I mean, have a look at some of the player groups that are out there in the forums. Send me a friend request by all means, and or try and get matched up. I love having kind of just occasional meetups with people in the game and people, hey, do you want to wing up? And I love that. I think that's really great. But definitely get on the forums and check out some of the private groups in there. There are some really, really good ones. Mobius is a great group to join up with if you can get into that one, because there's literally over 10,000 players in that group now, which is really, really.
13,000.
The 13,000, yeah, it's exactly. It's a fantastic group to get into, but yeah, definitely get involved in the forums, I think, and find some of the player groups out there. Oops, there's a big.
Here, just a moment.
Oh, thank you, Abacus.
I thought there should be a part of the forum to go for, so here.
Excellent, thank you. That's the section, yeah. So definitely, I mean, getting involved with those kind of groups, and I mean, the Lave Radio Skype chat as well, isn't it, Colin? There's which has been going from the very beginning.
Yes, that Skype group certainly is. It certainly is vibrant. Not that it stays on topic is another matter. But yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's lots of things out there. There's TeamSpeak servers that people are running as well. Oh, that's a big Python. But yeah, there is so many groups out there. I think it's just find a group that you enjoy interacting with and extend it over into the game. I think that's the idea, really.
I must admit, I am looking at basically the planet rise over this moon, and it's one of those moments where you just got to take a screenshot.
I think my screenshot folder has doubled or tripled since the beta. It's just too damn pretty. You just keep seeing things you want to take pictures of. Mr. Sinatra, you love the community? It's a great community. It's fantastic. Oh, you're in the subreddit, right? Okay, yes. You might see me around on there occasionally. You think give it a try? Excellent. If you do want to get, I mean, you can click one of the links below and you can buy it now. I mean, Horizons will be available on Tuesday anyway, so you don't have long to wait. But if you click the link below, that'll take you straight through to the store. So, right on, Commando. Oh, who's pew-pewing?
Me.
Is that you? Where are you?
There.
Don't pew me! Don't pew!
Oh dear. I thought it was. I thought we weren't allowed to be able to lock on to buggies, but it seems that we are.
Yeah, I think that was one of the things that was mentioned shouldn't have been possible. I think it slipped past on the QA team, but I believe a fix was going in for that, because they should be very, very difficult to hit. There we go. Commander Boogie. I apologise if I missed anyone's questions on there. Tequila Sunrise, what's the latest releases info on Xbox One? I don't have any extra information about that. I'm hoping it can make it to Xbox One at some point. I don't know when we might see Horizons on Xbox One.
Oh no, that is pretty. Watching all the dust fly out. And pythons are huge.
They are enormous. Yeah, I was just reading that there from Captain Greenwire in the chat there. It's crazy how big the ships look from this perspective. Yeah, you don't realise when you're sat in the cockpit flying these things, you don't realise that you're moving an entire skyscraper on some of these buildings. You know, who's that jumping?
I mean, when I was doing the thing for the miniatures game, I got a little bit of a shock when I suddenly realised that actually a python, no, it wasn't a python, it was an anaconda. An anaconda is bigger than the aircraft carriers that we are building at the moment.
Yes, it's crazy, isn't it? It's how enormous these things are, and I think that takes me back. I mean, to the premiere event as well when we were. They had the Cobra coming in, the scale model of the Cobra being lifted in, and I think someone remarked saying like, "Oh, is that 1-to-1 scale?" And I think David turned around and just kind of chuckled and said, "If it was 1-to-1 scale, it wouldn't fit through those hangar doors." It's just you just don't appreciate how big these things are.
I guess it wouldn't fit in the hangar.
No, it was absolutely enormous.
No.
Yeah, I mean it's as large as something like a commercial 747 wingspan, but with the entire wing filled out. It's just crazy. It's huge, huge. Missed any questions? Sorry if I've missed any questions on it. Limit X8. Wonder if we'll get the plasma repeater weapons.
Left me on the planet.
Yeah, everybody run! Leave Colin on the planet. I think I saw No, I'm just flying. I've just saw a couple of points of interest pop up on the scanner, so I might go and investigate. Actually, the little blue zones on there. Sorry, question like any of the plasma repeater guns? Only in CQC, I think, at the moment, but there is scope for new modules. I think one of the things which is speculating about Season 2 early next year, the crafting and looting is something that Sandra is going to bring in, and that's going to bring in the possibility of having modules that you can craft and create, so things like custom weapons and things like that. Ooh, I can see a light on the surface. Excellent. There must be something there. Let's go along and head towards that point of interest there. Who is Leroy Jenkins? Everybody knows Leroy Jenkins.
Well, I've never seen this transfer card watch before. That's new.
Yes, that was added in. I think Beta 4 that was added in. I asked for it, and the next day it was in. Yay! I think I think Frontier were planning on doing it anyway, but it's. I think
Kerrash used the Force.
Yeah, yes, you will add this UI feature. Oh, there's a little. What have we got here? I think it's a little mining operation we've stumbled across. Oh, let's go and have a shufty. Right, we're in the no-fly zone, so. I think that's one thing that I'm really looking forward to. Like I said, is with Horizons is there's going to be so many additional things that we can do coming down the pipeline just with these kind of planets. I really want an MB4 mining machine to come back, something like that from the prequels, so that we can go and plonk our little mining machines just like we see here on the surface of a planet. Maybe come back in an hour's time and it's dug up some palladium or something. Yes. Got a nice little. What have we got here? Whoops. Oh, who's that? Don't shoot me.
Someone's got you.
So, it wasn't me. It was my wing. Oh, where's my? Oh, I don't think I've got.
So you say.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
You bring friends.
Yes. I bring friends that are trigger happy. There we go. That's it. That's okay. They backed me up. I didn't need to fire. let's have a look, see what we've got in these little canisters then. Automated mining extractor, yay! And I love the little mining fragments. I love those. There we go. Let's see what we steal. Only some rutile. Ah, that's not very interesting. What we got there? Lepidite. It's all boring here. Come on, hey, that's my mining fragment. Get off. Oh, sorry. I'll catch up on the question. Sorry. Yes, I do apologise on that chart. Actually, it does seem a little bit confusing. I think where we've got the years is the years that the season started, and of course they start in December, so that's a little confusing. I do apologise for that. But yeah, the community goals, wings, pair plays, CQC, ships. Obviously, these were all launched in 2015. We've got Season 2 Horizons, which is launching in 2015. Crafting and looting is something which is going to be coming early in 2016 on there. Yeah, and the way that the season numbers are mapped out, and I apologise. I'm thinking of it kind of like Planetary Landings is season 2.0. It's the core Horizons update, and then in 2.1 we will see the things like the crafting and looting, and I think that's going to lead into things like custom modules, special weapons and special shield types that you can tweak and tune to your liking and stuff. That think's going to be a really, really nice way of making your ship more your own and the way you want it to be, which is going to be really, really nice. Come on, pew pew. Boom! What have we got there? I'll have some of that. Yoink! It's mine. I'll have it. Oh, where's my buggy? Sorry. Let me quickly. Limit X. Okay, so we can land on planets. We'll have little cities, crash ships, and scout around. Probably pick up cargo. Anything else to do? Yeah, I mean, I just took a mission at the start, which I failed spectacularly at, which was to go and rescue someone in an escape pod that had crashed on the surface. The missions you see at the moment, more variety will come. I mean, just looking back what we've had in Season 1, it's changed so much. I mean, we didn't have missions you could accept in space. We didn't have the assassination missions. We didn't have NPCs, which were in Super Cruise right back at the start of Season 1.0 right back then. So if you imagine 2.0 in the same sort of space at the moment, we've got an idea at the different kinds of surface-based things you can do at this stage, and then over the following months and updates and everything, we're going to see a lot more different variations in the things that you can do on the surfaces. So it's an ongoing thing. It will constantly evolve and change. I think that's the key thing. Is it not a you're buying the game, you're having this, and that's the way it's going to stay. It's constantly changing and evolving over time. Prime 9, yeah, that's comparing the size of the Sidewinder next to what's that? Sidewinder is the size of a 6 double-decker London buses parked side by side. That is insane.
Well, it is 14 meters long, and yeah, it's. When I worked out the 250 scale that I needed for the models, it did work out that, okay, Sidewinders, they're only about 2.5 centimeters long. Oh, no, it was 55 millimeters long. However, when you scale it up to the big ones, an Anaconda would be 28 centimeters. To keep it in the same scale.
Yeah, that's the variation, I think, is yeah. Oh, interesting question. Opinion on Star Citizen, and I'm not worried about it. Insignificant cat. I mean, I've backed Star Citizen. I'm interested to see where they're going to go with it, and we'll wait and see when it comes out what the content is in there. I think Elite for me is the game I've always wanted anyway. So Elite was the reason I backed Star Citizen anyway, because I've always wanted a update to the prequels. I love the prequels, and to see the content they're bringing into it is fantastic. I think that the idea of Star Citizen is more of this like story driven, almost like an interactive movie sort of experience. I think is what Chris is going for. Where Elite is more of that kind of you are dust in the wind. You are a single person in this vast open galaxy where you can do anything, and I think it's a completely different experience. I think you're going to compare the two games, but I think when you look at them, it's like comparing two first-person shooters. They both have their pros and cons and different strengths and weaknesses. So.
I mean, one of the things that I consider is the fact that a lot of complaints leveled at Elite is that the very fact that we like it is because you are doing your own story. You're not doing someone else's story, or you're not doing the story that people want. You don't feel like an absolute hero.
Yes.
Or you feel like
that's the key distinction, I think, is where I think that the goal with Star Citizen is to have something where it's more of a structured and a story which leads you through the experience, and Elite is a completely different take on that, where it's just giving you this open world to go and find something fun to do and do what you enjoy doing. It's a completely different way of looking at it.
Star Citizen is a lot more movie-like. You have gravity problem and so on and so on. It's a lot more like the movies we know.
Yes. Yeah.
While Elite is as much as possible based on science.
Exactly. Yeah. It's more about the realistic fact and rather than the sci-fi sort of elements to it, which is why there's no gravity generation in Elite, for example. There's it's that hard physics and hard real sci-fi sort of thing. Snakeman PMC. No, Frontier have not confirmed how many kind of updates are coming in Season 2. I just kind of guessed. And this was created by a very good friend of mine, Iain M. Norman, so thank you very much for throwing this chart up. But it's interesting to see where we're going to be going in the next couple of years, I think, is the nice thing to see there. Yeah, that's a good way of describing it, Mr. Sinatra there. It's that ultimate fantasy sort of game. It's not a game in the sense that we've become accustomed to in most games, where you have a story and cutscenes and things like that. It is just kind of it's an experience. It's a simulation, So it's a different way of looking at a game.
One of the things that makes the difference is, for the first time, I had the absolute hero feeling in Elite in almost a year, and that was mostly because basically I picked up one of the new distress signals.
Oh yes, yes.
And that was absolutely awesome, because there was me coming in my Imperial Eagle, and then there was 2 Sidewinders and a Vulture taking on some poor sod, and I ended up saving his backside. And for that, I didn't get any reward or anything, but you felt like an absolute boss.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And again,
it's what you want.
Yeah, this is something which has only really came in late in the day for Season 1. It only just came in the last update. But it's great to see how that really kind of engages you, and you feel like you can. It's that blaze your own trail. It is about that kind of finding that thing that you like to do and what you enjoy, and just going for it, because it's your personal experience, your journey through the game. Whoa! I nearly got taken out by someone.
I must admit, though, the one point when this game came alive for me is when they actually had, as a multiplayer experience. Up till that point, I was playing by myself, and it was good. You'd see other commanders, you'd send them text messages and say, "Hi, how you doing?" and that would be about it. But when they put in the Lou event, which was the community goal, and which was combined with Wings for the first time, and we had people choosing sides, and being involved in those community goals and organising tactics, and that is when, for me, it came alive as a multiplayer experience. From that point on, I think the community goals have been a really useful stepping stone just to keep the community going.
Yeah.
But don't get me started on the blooming Hutton mug. Everybody going to Hutton. Admittedly, the cargo runs were fun. But wow, it's a good job they had that radio show on, isn't it?
It was great. I think the thing which was the key element which made the Hutton thing really, really great for us, I think, was the sense of community and just meeting other players out there willing to put aside their time and do, and kind of for the mug, doing that goal. I think that was the great thing about it. Yes, it was mind-numbingly painful to sit and do it, but it was all about that endurance. It was kind of like encouraging each other to do it, and keeping the spirit going. And I think that was the thing that was great about it. It was really, really great fun.
It was very, very masochistic, to be honest.
it wasn't.
Everyone was doing it.
But
They
it
were
was.
like, "Oh, I've just done my 5th hut and mug run," and I went, "Really?"
I think I did about 18. But it was great. I mean, I made so many new friends whilst I was doing that community goal. It was great. Quickly catch up on the chat. We've missed a lot of questions. Sorry. Excuse me. When are we going to see YouTube videos of people jumping anacondas end to end? As soon as somebody wants to do it. That's the great thing about it. Is create your own event in the game, blaze your own trail. That's what it's about.
So we want an Evel Knievel type event where people will jump over as many anacondas as they can.
I'm up for that. If anyone wants to arrange that, I am glad to do a streaming event for that. We'll have the commentary and everything. We'll do the whole thing.
Has someone already tried to stack ships one on the other? Biggest ship at the bottom. And so on.
Yeah, Type 9.
Does that work?
Then an anaconda, then maybe a python.
Yes.
And then just see.
Something like that.
Leaning
I want to
terror
see that,
ships.
so please make it.
But that's the silly thing. We can do what we want. Oh, Mr. Sinatra has just bought Horizons. Right on, Commander.
Yay! Right on.
Yes, I'm heading back to the station now. Yeah, sorry, I blew my buggy up.
Buy your buggy.
Prime 9 is just meant about the Mac support. I was just scrolling through that. Yeah, the issue is Mac don't support the latest, a new enough version of OpenGL with the features required, which is a pain in the backside. The workaround is at the moment is that you can boot into Boot Camp. You can boot into Windows and run the game anyway. It's a real pain for Mac players. Unfortunately, it's completely outside of control of Frontier. They have to wait for to Apple to decide to use a version of OpenGL which is not like a decade old or whoever they're using, which is a bit of a shame, really. But it's...
Kerrash goes buggy shopping.
But yes, I need to buy a new buggy. I blew up my buggy. Good question. Any news on a Linux client? At least you can get the latest OpenGL version. Yeah, I think the problem with that is whether or not the Frontier can recoup the costs. I mean, being perfectly honest with it, it's like what the player base is for Linux. I think if you want it, set up a petition or something. Set up a poll on the forums. Everyone loves the polls. Oh, excellent, Sinatra. You're trying to get into NASA. Fantastic. I wonder if you are aware of one of my other favourite games I like to play, which is Kerbal Space Program, which I think is absolutely awesome. I have to go back and do a stream on that sometime because I absolutely love Kerbal. I have sunk hundreds of hours into it. Not as many as Elite, which I believe is somewhere in the region of about 1,100 hours now. My goodness. And I do apologise to the support team for looking at, because as soon as I tweeted out that for the support team, they got everyone asking them, how long have I been playing?
I fear to ask.
I regret knowing, but yes, well over 1,000 hours in the game. There we go. Did that work? I got my buggy back. I got my buggy. Oh, crikey, how much have I missed in the chat? I apologise, folks. I'm a little way behind. What have I missed? What have I missed?
We need a protest goat for the Apple.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Hashtag flounce. More nostalgia. All the crazy events that we've got ourselves involved in over this past year, and many more to come, I imagine.
I mean, one of the things that I found was really fun, and the problem is that I haven't been able to do them since it went live. But in the last part of the beta, they were testing the conflict system, which was when a war breaks out.
Yes.
And I think it was in Dahan. Oh, was it Dahan? Oh, it was one of them. One of the 5 basic systems that we started with. So what happened was that we, as part of Top Shift, I started doing news reports from the Free Alliance Regional Telecast. Work out the initials. And they went down an absolute storm. And I just wish that... I think someone took up the Galnet News and was doing bulletins of Galnet News, but unfortunately I think these kind of things take so long to put together. They take up an awful lot of your time that you can't keep it up most of the time.
Yeah. That's the problem, isn't it? It's so much effort to keep it all going. Sorry, Shanray's just posted this up. I've got to put this up on the screen. So someone set up a buggy racing course here. We've got a Viper as the initial ramp, and then an Asp, and then onto a cutter. And you got this little tiny buggy here jumping over. See,
maybe that's why they always wanted to be called an SRV, because basically too many fraudulent slips like that.
Oh bugger! Possibly, I imagine that could possibly be the case. What can I afford?
Stunt racing vehicle.
Yes, I see, stunt racing. Exactly, that's what it is. It's just they translated it wrong. Smarty 901. I am in the beta, so I have restarted my Commander just for a little bit of fun. It's going into general release for everyone on Tuesdays, so it doesn't really matter now. It's all a bit of crazy fun. Have I no route available still? I'm just gonna have to lightweight my ship slightly.
Oh dear. Every now and again I just get complete and utter freezes. The frame rate just drops to nothing. But I know that I'm still moving forward, so I have to drop the throttle right back to 0 before I crash into something.
Oh, me. Let's see if I can get a little bit more jump range there. A little bit more jump range there. I'm running out of cash very quickly. That's another thing that we all learn very quickly, I think, is the D-rated modules are the lightest things. Let's see if we can... What's that gives us? That gives us a... Yes. Laden and unladen jump range of just over 9.5 light years. Hopefully that's enough to get there. See, you forget having all these challenges of not having a high enough jump range on the early starts. Damn, I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to head out into Super Cruise and see if I can burn off a little fuel. Tequila Sunrise, yeah, even David called it a buggy. Buggy! It's a slip.
Oh man, stuck at 6. Oh my goodness, not even 6 light years.
Have you seen the link?
Oh, let's
The
have a look.
SRV?
So that's an SRV, right? Okay, that's what we should be
Okay.
driving. I understand now. Oh dear. So let's go ahead. If I jump back into cruise, oh no, I want to get rid of the. Jump back into cruise. Let's see if we can set a route whilst we're cruising. Test buggy, yes, Prime 9. We won't tell anyone. That's the internal name. Tartan tonight. Any update on the PS4 release? I would love to know that myself. I don't know. I imagine there's a timed exclusive period on the Xbox One. Given that the PS4 is very similar hardware to the Xbox One, I imagine it is perfectly possible. I don't know when though, honestly. Yes, Prime 9 just said, yeah, it wants to happen, but yeah, we don't know when. Right, let's see if I can actually plot a route now. It still won't let me... where's that? That's 4 light years, that's 12 light years. Shall I jump into Morgor for old time's sake?
Yeah, but we're not in Eagles.
True, yes. Oh, there we go. Let's head to Dahan. Let's see if I can So of course, that was one of the old things, wasn't it? We didn't realise from the very beginning was the weight, the mass of your fuel will affect your jump range, and if you burn off some of your fuel, you get slightly better jump range as you're burning off more and more fuel. So crazy. Just a year ago, we didn't know all of these little things. Janice Greek, farewell. Thanks for joining in, and we've gone well over the usual time tonight.
I know.
Sorry, folks. Anything else? We've missed half of the videos I queued up, but I think we've talked all about the various updates and things that came over this year. If you are in the beta, now is the time to get those screenshots in. If you haven't already done it, there's the screenshot thread for the competition that's going on, isn't it? I don't know if anyone has posted some pictures up on there. That's worth doing. Let's see if I can plan a route now. I've burnt off some fuel. There we go. I can reach Eolus now. Let's see if I can rush and get this mission done really quickly. Excellent. Foci station. Brilliant. I can do it. See, it works. The old tricks, they work. They work. Locating the buggy. Oh, the beta. The beta. Yes, I am in the beta. Sorry. Mr. Sinatra, you have heard of Kerbal. You've been playing it for over a year. It's fantastic. I love it. Saturn9, yeah, Mr. Sinatra literally just bought Horizons a few minutes ago. Yes, so in the newsletter, what other bits have we gone over? So next week, I think this is, Ed is doing the Permission to Land, which is the episode 7 of his introduction to Horizon. So he's going to be doing that as a celebration. I think that's 12 GMT. And I think that's on, is that Tuesday? I think it is. Yes, it's on the same day as the launch day, and just before that, 2 hours before, so 10 a.m. GMT on the Tuesday, there's going to be an AMA going on with the guys from Elite Dangerous as well, which is going to be good if you can get in on that. Definitely keep your eyes and ears peeled for that on the social media next week for the announcement on that. Any more questions coming in? Oh, Gaming with Iain has to depart. Farewell, Commander. Thank you for joining in. Bewilderbeast, who is Alvin? Alvin is Mike Snoz's awesome hearing dog. He is a fantastic little doggy. So I had to honour this episode to Alvin tonight. But I think guys, we better wrap up, haven't we? We've gone way over what I would normally do. I think we've covered everything. So thank you both for tuning in. Yeah, I know, it's just so much fun. But the beta's gone now, so we have to wrap up. Beta will be gone by the time I get to stream next, but we'll be back to our normal trading and everything else, I think, next week, and various bits and pieces in the game. But thank you very much, both of you, for helping out tonight. It was wonderful to talk to you both again. Thank you.
Always fun with you.
And I think we're going to have to wrap up on the game tonight. But thank you very much for everyone who's joining in the chat. Hopefully I answered all your questions. If you do have any more questions, then please do send them through to me. I'll try and get them answered by the guys at Frontier for you, if I can forward them on. And hopefully get those questions answered for you. But yes, thank you very much for joining. And until next time, see you in the void, Commanders.